Hello everyone, Namaste. Very happy to be a finalist in Mrs. India 2023, 2022, 2022. Yeah. So I'm Sharat Nandini Desai. I would like to share my story. My story is a little unique, maybe inspiring, I hope to. And also it's a very candid moment to be very realistic, honestly, share whatever that comes in my mind. I was born in a privileged family. To a very eminent officer, and my mother was very enterprising. We are 7 girls. Again, we were probably meant to be boys, but we are 7 girls. And I'm the last. Very pampered, but all girls household. You can imagine a movie like Sound of Music with 7 kids and parents living in a forest area. So my childhood was extremely beautiful. I thought I'll grow up to become something that everyone aspires, doctor or engineer, very successful. I looked at my father, I thought he's my role model. I wanted to be everything that everyone thinks. As I grew up, I saw a retired father, too many sisters getting into too many things like getting married, having children, different issues that a large family faces. My mother was a chronic diabetes patient, so saw a lot of series of issues that affected my education. People thought I'm least educated in a highly qualified family. Got bashed up wherever, there was a social event. She's your youngest girl. She hasn't done well as the elder ones. Or she's not as pretty as the third one, or the second one was Miss Mysore. What happened to this one? So there was always a discussion around these things, right? So I never took anything negatively. The only beauty that God gave me was to think about everything as an opportunity to improvise. The first thing I did was, I thought in my house, my dad was the only career guy. He did great in his career. So I thought, let me take him as a role model, make something like a wonderful career for myself. I worked as a lab instructor for Unit C in IT, earned about 1,000 rupees a month, gave it to my mother. Always my mom was my mentor, always trusted her. So she used to decide things for me. Buy the best, be the best, you go to parlor. Now I used to tell her, no mommy, you haven't bought a sari for yourself, so you buy something for my salary. So this was the rapport I shared. I grew up to become a coder, implementer. Somebody recognized me, gave me opportunity to travel. I actually traveled to Europe for the first time at the age of 23. When the world had just suddenly woken up and seen that, where was she all these days? There was no social media back then. So I traveled to countries where they didn't speak English, there was no vegetarian food, and I was like all alone, just living out of suitcases. I was of course married, husband was also in IT, so it actually helped. We nurtured each other. Back home, of course, my mother, she became blind for 1.5 to 2 years, so again, it became very important for me to think, what is important for me? Should I focus on myself, like enjoy my life for the salary that I'm getting, perks that I'm getting in IT, or spend more time with my mother? So I chose the latter, and it was really a miracle that we found the best surgeon, got her vision back after 1.5 years. Of course, she's no more today, that's another sad story, but as long as she lived, I looked upon her as someone who had 7 children, did her degree, MA Political Science, became an advocate, did her own career. And I looked at everyone as an achiever, learned something from them, and today I'm so proud that in IT for about 24 years, I finally became VP product for ANZ Bank. So I'm perceived as someone like a person who takes it up, does something, takes it up as a challenge and never leaves it. So this was one side of story. Let me just cover quickly what are the other things that made me, who is Sharat. I am someone who grew up in forests. I came to Bangalore. Like everyone else, I also cribbed about traffic and people and pollution. I was thinking for many weekends that we in IT don't do much other than just working, taking our salary and just globe-trotting. So I made a few group of volunteers who started planting trees in Bangalore. Until now, I'm proud to say that I have planted personally about 7,000 trees, and the group has planted about 25,000 trees, individually or with the groups. So this led us to start utilizing hospitals, schools, empty parks as Miyawaki forests, plantations where birds can come and nest. So this is one side where I started reliving my childhood. I created forest wherever I wanted to be. The second aspect was my kindness to animals. So the door is always open for underprivileged. Of course, all of you are kind, all of you help the people. I also wanted to help, animals who can't speak, who can't tell their pain. So I'm there wherever there's a rescue. So I'm personally having a lot of pets in the house, but people call me, even in VRs, just to rescue either an owl or a dog or a cat or a cow or whatever. So my life just revolves around nature, animals, or people. I connect with people with empathy. So this is my story. I'm sure all of you have lots of wonderful stories I look forward to hear. Thank you for listening to me.